So today the April patch notes dropped and we got some important information about a piece of content called Trove. Now normally I would just jump into talking about that new information we received, but I realized not everybody who watches this channel will know the whole context. So I'm going to give an outline here about FF11's effectively small gacha system before we dive into those notes. Now a few years ago, SE released silver vouchers. They're a currency that you get a handful of every month, and you spend these vouchers on something called an orb that grants you an attempt to open some random chests and gain some loot. 6 vouchers buys a Mars orb, and 10 vouchers buys a Venus orb. Because players get 1 free Mars orb every month and roughly 10 silver vouchers, you usually get about 2 attempts each month. The orb is traded to your standard BCNM entrances in Ugoat Grotto, Palboro Mines, and Gideus, and the BCNM itself contains 10 brown chests surrounding a singular gold chest. Each brown chest you open adds an unknown loot to the pool, but may also be a mimic that instantly KOs the player. If you open the gold chest, you leave, and the game tells you what your loot is. This is a push your luck system as to how many brown chests you're comfortable opening before cutting your losses and leaving by opening the gold chest. It's a little unclear as to what the difference between Mars and Venus orbs are, but players assume there is some higher chance at rare loot. Since its creation, this content has been the best place for the rarest but obtainable body pieces in the game and a handful of other very rare accessories. While these are great for anyone, there are some players with lots of gil who will pay other players for access to their orbs, while the paying player is the person who keeps whatever drops, effectively creating a sort of pay-to-win or gacha system. Now, I don't have a strong opinion about this. Because the loot is obtainable by other means, it's not really game-breaking, but I just want you to keep this in mind as we move into the new patch notes. If this is at all interesting to you, please subscribe to my channel, as I am trying to hit 1K subscribers, so we have access to things like community posts and other small YouTube features, and I'd appreciate it a lot. It really helps out. Anyway, let's jump into the new patch notes. What's up, YouTube? We got some details on the April version update. Normally I wouldn't do this early, however, I think the Trove rework, whatever they're doing, I haven't read it yet, is important enough to be talking about. I hesitate to say the Trove has been a big part of the game for a while, but it's been something people are aware of and do sometimes build extra characters to have extra chances at some really valuable items and really useful items. So it's important to understand it and especially be prepared for any changes that might be being made. So we're just going to read this now. I might be, worried about nothing, but we're going to take a look and see what they've given us. Greetings, adventurers. Matsui here with your April XI roundup. As I pen this missive to you all, the cherry blossoms are starting to bloom here in Tokyo, signaling that winter is over at last. It's actually really cold today where I'm at. The past few days have been nice and warm. Or so I thought before we were randomly hit with a freak cold snap that even caused it to snow in March. Sounds about right. Yeah, we had that. He's probably talking about, it was like 10 days or so ago. Granted, it didn't actually accumulate, but still. I know. Enough weather, more van a deal. We're happy to be bringing you part 2 of the Voracious Resurgence Chapter 7. We apologize for the delay in getting this episode to your screens. Although there is no scenario battle in this edition, I'm told that mining plays a role in advancing the story, and that the team has actually added some mining points too. There is also some kind of gimmick to getting the item you need. I'm eager to see how you all proceed with this mini challenge. Interesting. We've had nothing about, mining and logging, all that stuff, harvesting, the helm stuff, for quite a while. Interesting. Of course, this entry comes with a new set of ROE objectives, so be sure to try your hand at those as well. We'll also be doing an exciting revamp of Trove. The marquee adjustment, here we go, is the addition of a new suite of equipment only available in Trove. Their attributes are a bit different from most items that we've implemented to date, and we're sure that you'll have a good time figuring out how to best utilize their various niches, but they're still randomly dropped from Trove. We've also added a new way for you to trade in your unused Mars and Venus orbs. Finally, thank you. That's a mistranslation, I think. This shouldn't say unused. This should say used. providing to do something other than unceremoniously dump them from your inventory. This is what players have been asking for this for a while. I believe this is a translation error. This should say your used up orbs, because normally you would just chuck them from your inventory, but you didn't know if they were used or unused. So you'd have to go back to the BCNM, try to use the one in your inventory. If it worked, you know, it's good. If it didn't work, then you knew you could dump it, and it's just like really clunky. And we've always asked for like an NPC, or just trade them back to the guy and just have him tell you, oh, this is good, this is not good. Yeah, but hopefully that's what this is. Both Ambuscade this month are reruns, Quad of and Beast Battles to be precise. The Quads are easy if I remember. Volume 1 features a couple of adjustments to lower the difficulty in touch, including increasing the delay between certain abilities and decreasing the rate at which ads spawn. Exact details will be forthcoming in the version update notes. Volume 2 features a battle against various beasts. Though they start asleep, they wake at set timings, so you'll need to be prepared lest you be overrun. Living monsters will absorb the powers of the fallen brethren. Oh yeah, you want to kill all these at once or something like this. You may not necessarily want to kill them in the order of appearance. Keep that in mind if you get stuck. Finally, we're taking on a slightly different turn with our We Are Vana'diel for April, so be sure to check out the latest interview series. That's probably the result of that thing they sent out a while back saying, like, tell us your stories. Only 1 month to go until the 20th anniversary. They're right, it is only 1 month to go. It's almost the end of March. We're ramping up the home stretch to bring you an exciting celebration of 20 years in Vana'diel. The entire team is looking forward to sharing in the festivities right along with you. Until then, see you in Vana'diel. April, ROE, monthly objectives, TVR, new quests. Ambu, replace and notorious monsters and new rewards. Aim and Trove, add and adjust loot items. Add presentation effects to content. Add feature in trading and used orbs. So it was a mistranslation. So that's this is great, and I'm gonna tell you why in a minute, chat. I am so excited right now. Quest inside the belly. Oh, they're adjusting inside the belly too for new items. That's interesting. New titles probably has to do with the new TVR stuff. New items altogether. List of supported items of the Porter Moogle. Perfect. Okay, great. So, yeah, there's not much to talk about because we're talking about the pre-update patch notes. But here's the awesome news. I have been saving silver vouchers for like 3 months now because I wanted to do a day of like nothing but orbs. That was my goal. I wanted to have like a stream where we just did tons of orbs because I'm still looking for an Ashira harness. I'm still looking for, I mean, I could use an Orpheus sash. An EPAM ring would probably get some mileage as well. So I've got something like 60 Mars orbs worth of vouchers ready to go. My worry was they were changing the system entirely away from silver vouchers and Mars and Venus orbs, but it does not appear that way. There's no hint here at all that that's where they're headed. They just said basically they are adding a feature to trade in used orbs. They're changing some presentation effects, and they're adjusting items, which is great. They're adding new unique items. When it says adjust, I'm hoping they're taking away some of the like the Ruan and the Zeta drops from the pool. And man, this is perfect. So I'm gonna take a look at the ROEs that I haven't completed yet. I'm gonna get some extra silver vouchers and just stockpile them away. I have like 1 or 2 mules that I can do that have some silver vouchers saved from campaigns and stuff. And look forward to when this update drops. We will have an entire day, and I'm just gonna try to get some of this new loot. This is really exciting stuff. Crossing my fingers that it's cool and interesting. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Master Matt, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. So there's not much more to say here. Like I said, I was worried that they were somehow getting rid of the silver vouchers or changing them in a way that would be detrimental to the fact that I've been saving. I've been saving just out of, like I said, the desire to make a stream out of it. But now it's actually paid off. So anyway, that's going to do it for the video. Check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/xiquetch. Artois, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I stream mainly Mondays and Thursdays, Final Fantasy 11. So anyway, check me out there. And yeah, catch you soon. Peace out, YouTube. What the heck? Yo. It was too dark. That's my excuse. Am I gonna be able to do this weekend?